Grace and peace, everyone. It's Kimberly Phillips here. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you, dance leaders and dance instructors, 5 things that you can do that will help you in teaching beginner level dancers. This is free dance ministry resources. The purpose of this channel is to provide you with tips, tutorials, product reviews, short teachings, basically anything that we can do to bless liturgical dancers and the worship arts community. So if you've never subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you a part of our family. And if you have subscribed, don't forget to turn on your notifications and like this video. Now let's get into these 5 tips. I pray that they will bless you, and I pray that you will use them immediately. Some of them you already know, but I want to reiterate those that you do know, or maybe surprise you with things that you don't know. We'll see. 1, create a positive environment. A part of your teaching philosophy should be to think and consider about how your students learn, how your dance ministry members learn, how you want them to grow, and what environment is suitable for your style. So you want to make sure that we know it's positive, right? So you want to make sure that you have an uplifting, encouraging environment, especially for intro or beginner level dancers, because they're coming into something new. It's foreign to them. If they are adult learners, they could already have, I don't want to say low self-esteem, but they could have esteem issues. They could be approaching it very timidly, not sure, kind of uneasy. Because we know God is calling people from all ages into worship arts. And if God is bringing you adults, be gentle. Know that they are souls, but create a positive environment. 2, another thing you can do, and this may be very difficult, especially if you are a choreographer more so than an educator, is to try to stay in the same technique. Remember, these dancers are growing. These dancers are starting off in an introductory level, beginner level. So everything that you're teaching them in context of choreography is technique, right? It's skill. And they're learning one piece at a time. And if you switch techniques, like every month or every other month, they're not going to grow consistently. And they're going to have, they may have problems with retaining choreography because the muscle memory is not taking place, right? Because they're learning very sporadically. So really focus on that. Try to stay in the same type of movement style, same type of dance discipline. 3rd would be to teach your choreography in groups. So they call it chunking movement phrases, chunking choreography, movement phrases together, right? So for example, you would do the first verse and you may spend 2 weeks in learning that, right? You provide maybe videos for them of the first verse, but you spend time really making sure that they understand that and then moving on to another part of your song. But breaking it up into small groups really helps them, and it helps them in their process of learning. 4th would be explain with explanation, right? Dance is a visual art, but not everyone is a visual learner at first. You, as a beginner dancer, you begin to adapt. And if you were not a visual learner, you begin to, that might still not be your primary, but as the dancer is growing, they may begin to absorb information in a visible way or visibly, right? So you want to make sure that you are explaining and you're giving explanation for those that are, auditory learners. You want to make sure that you are thoroughly going through everything to make sure there's no misunderstanding. Because again, if you are really, an educator at heart, you want to make sure that they are not just learning the choreography, but that they're growing as dance ministers as well. Last tip, which is 5, leave room for questions. And I know that's kind of a no-brainer, but sometimes you can get wrapped up into the ministry. You can get wrapped up into finishing a work. Say you have to minister on a couple Sundays and you just want to get you want to get through the song, and then you want to mark it and you want to do all that stuff. But you have to leave room for questions and answers, because you want to make sure that they understand, that they are understanding what you're teaching, that they have grasped the choreography. Because when they leave rehearsal, if they if they haven't learned it properly, they're going to go home and rehearse something incorrectly. So you want to make sure that at the end of the rehearsal, the end of your class, you leave room for question and answers. And again, it shows them that you care about them as a person, that you are engaged in their learning, that you want them to learn, that you want them to grow, and that you're not just finish the dance so that we can dance it, but you really care about them, building that relationship. Because sometimes they don't ask questions because they could feel intimidated or they don't want to be embarrassed. But if you open up that space and give them room, you will build a beautiful relationship with your dancers. Okay, dance leaders and dance instructors, I pray that this short video was a blessing to you. Use these 5 tips, use them immediately, and I know I've used them, so I know that they will bless you and your ministry. Thank you so much for joining. It's been awesome. Don't forget about the book bundles, prophetic dance book bundle, or prophetic ministry, book bundle. That's my husband and my book. Also, Introduction to Liturgical Dance, that workbook is on sale for $10 throughout the summer of 2022. Don't forget about Christ Center for Dance's programs. Listen, we have one specifically for you, dance educators, dance ministry leaders, dance instructors, called the Liturgical Dance Educator Certification Program. 14.5 months. And at the end, you'll go through a certification assessment. And if all is well, we will certify you as a liturgical dance educator. It is our privilege to do that. But if you want more information on that program, the description of the video will have the link. All right. God bless you.